what we were discussing last day is about the basic control structures related to stretch. And we were discussing about repetition as well as functions. So I said that function is basically a set of relevant related code segment which you can isolate, not actually isolating, you can just separate that from the main flow of the programming. So function, you can separate it from the main flow. So the idea is when you write a program, if program is lengthier and it's difficult to understand, then if you divide it to function, you can call these functions again and again. So that is the idea of adding functions to the program. So that will make it easier to reuse and the code length will also be reduced. So that is the idea. So when you have user function, so the amount of code that you need to use will be really reduced. And now actually most of the things you can use your AI partner, artificial intelligence. So so if we have a problem, unlike earlier days, now the technologies are well developed and artificial intelligence is also developed. Therefore, you can call artificial intelligence and get a support of AI to do things. If okay, for an example, let's say you want to print. Let's think that you want to print mm, uh, Fibonacci number series or something like this. Fibonacci number series. Do you know Fibonacci numbers?
No.
Okay. So let me show that first. Fibonacci number it's a number pattern. It's like a drawing number pattern. So here you can see how Fibonacci is generated, right? So it's like basically increase in pattern of certain numbers. Actually, how Fibonacci's are generated. So see this picture. So the first Fibonacci is 1. The second Fibonacci is also 1. So if you add first and second, the next Fibonacci can be generated. Did you understand that? 1 and 1 is 1 plus 1 is 2. Then 1 plus 2 is 3, right? 2 plus 3 is 5.
5.
It's continuous. It's by continuously adding the previous two numbers of the same Fibonacci series. So same Fibonacci series, here 1 plus 1, the first two Fibonacci's are already defined for you, right? So that is already given. First two Fibonacci's are already given. So based on the first two Fibonacci which is given, so you are adding it together and generate the next Fibonacci. Actually, it always grow. It always grow. Why? It's drawing like you can see the exponential kind of growth because when you add in the number, it will be bigger. Then this one and bigger number will be even more bigger. And this is that 2 plus 3, then it's even more bigger. So likewise, the Fibonacci series are ongoing. It's ongoing set of number pattern. Right. Okay, let's think that you want to generate this pattern using function and using stretch. So you can call your AI partner. So this is, I hope that you know about ChatGPT. Nowadays, this is very popular. Have you used ChatGPT?
No.
Oh, so you must, because like we can use it for many purposes, right? Either starting from programming support, even for your science subjects, chemistry, physics, and for your aesthetic subjects, common knowledge, general knowledge, mathematics. You can use this for anything at all, even future prediction, your dietary plan. So here you can see I have asked a question and generated HTML, right? Then here in the case, I have generated the lesson plan for mathematics. This is basically I have generated Excel table for Excel, and not only that. So this is my diet plan, which is generated using so how I can diet and how I can take food. So which I have generated using that. And so here you can see how to make Indian biryani, the recipe. right? So likewise, you can get anything. So let's start a new chat. And what I'm going to ask now is about programming. About programming, let's ask this question. So what I want to do. So here I have the question. The problem is Fibonacci series. Okay, I'm giving the same name, Fibonacci sequence. Let's say create a stretch program using stretch. You need to use modules. The modules or this, the blocks, code blocks or function to show Fibonacci sequence Okay, show Fibonacci sequence. That's enough, I guess. So let's press enter, and here it is. So it's guiding me how to do that. Okay, showing us the results as well, but here's the program, how it would look like. Some problem is there because the image is not loaded anyway, so don't worry much about that. But here you can see when green flag, click next, two variables to store the current and previous Fibonacci numbers, data section, drag two set variable 0 to 0 blocks, rename the first variable to current and the second to the previous, right? Now add two more blocks from the data section to initial values variable of the variables to 1. Place these blocks right after the set variable 0 block that you have just created. Add forever loop. Okay, inside the forever loop, say the current block looks section, and then set temporary to the current block, and then so likewise it's suggesting. So add the current equal the current equal current plus previous, and then set previous equal to the temp. So please go through this and you can easily create the program. Shall we try to understand the instructions and do this? So if you ask from this is a stretch now, but if you ask how to do this using Python, it will show you the text-based coding, because stretch is not text-based coding in platform. Therefore, it's not showing the text. But the thing is, if you need this to do this in some other language, it will definitely give the coding as well. Here the coding is given, but unfortunately this image is not visible here. So let's ask the same question using some other language, and you can easily get the coding also. Let's say Python. So then here you can see. Okay. Here the code is given. It's that much of easy, right? But don't try to depend on this always, because you have to use your intellectual too. Otherwise, that will be replaced by artificial intelligence in future. Isn't that so? Right? You have to use your brain. Otherwise, what will happen if everything can be done? So if your questions can be answered, all of your questions can be answered using AI, then do you think that do you think that the requirement of people will be there in future? Because if everything
No.
can be done using AI, therefore, so be careful, right? Now AI is so smart, it can do many things. It's like that Night Rider car. When you call, it will give you the solution. But the thing is, so don't highly, like, you can get that support, that is for sure. But don't just depend on that. Use your brain as well. Otherwise, what will happen? After a certain amount of time, you will forget how to use your brain, but you will highly depend on AI only. In such period, in such case, in future, so everything will be replaced by this kind of AI, and you also in your country or your place, you also they can replace. But if your brain is beyond AI, then if your brain is basically it's having the critical thinking part and creativity, it's very difficult to replace by an AI agent. Otherwise, it's possible, right? So here, so why I'm telling, because I wrote a story. So just to test, I wrote a story using AI here. I think it's there somewhere here. Yeah, here. This is a story about this is about a secret garden which I have generated totally using AI. And you know what? All the pictures related to this story is also generated using AI. All the pictures related to this story is also generated using AI, right? The pictures related to this, right? I'll show you that. Then you'll understand the gravity of my expression. That's Here you can see these images. This story is Max and his garden, secret garden. The images that you can see in the screen are also generated using AI. Images that you can see in the screen are also generated. So images for this storybook. I wrote the storybook using AI. And images for the storybook is also generated, not captured, not drawn, not created. So just use AI, just few seconds to generate this image. Give the scenario in the story and generate the image. So that's why I said most of the skills will be replaced, but be careful. You have to be extraordinary and creative than AI. That is the challenge. These are not challenges anymore. These are not challenges anymore. I can draw, I can imagine, I can draw, generate images. Everything is possible. Right? Everything is possible, but only thing is you can see, you can get this right. Okay, this is OpenAI. If you want to log into this, you can. I'll send the link, and you can use your Gmail. It is free, totally free. Okay, let's try this now. So read the AI instructions and do your create your Fibonacci first. I will give you some time. This is everything is there, right? You only need to read and understand that.
Yeah.
Right now, see. So this is what the code is. Right, so you can make it similar. There are like many other ways this can be done, but just suggest in a simple way. So here you have two variables. One is the current, the second one is what is that, current and previous, and then you have to set them to one in the fourth step. So define two variables. I'm using variables. Okay, simplest way is the variables. Make a variable the current, and the next one is the previous, and you have to set them to one. When flag click, these two variables you have to set them to one, because initially first two need to be given. First two need to be given. So based on the first two only, the next is calculated. So Fibonacci 1 need to be given and Fibonacci 2 need to be given. Once Fibonacci 1 and 2 are given, then you can start calculating the other Fibonacci numbers. 1 and 2 are given, then you can calculate the other Fibonacci numbers. Okay, to do that, let's use some other command. Maybe you can use was there any other command suggested here? Add forever loop from the control on the when flag. Forever. It's added to the same. Added to the same. Forever. Forever is added here. Then what? Add forever loop. Inside the forever loop, add say current block. Looks the section display Fibonacci number string. Say current block. Okay. Say current block. Okay. Then the next set temp. Have we defined another variable called temp? Next, add temp to the current block the data section from the above variable current to the temporary variable. Okay, you need another one, right? This is temp, which is not mentioned. So let's add temp as well. That is not a big thing. So put the variables, add another one, temp. So let's set the temp to 0. Currently it's nothing. Temp to 0. So what you need to do is say from the looks, you can say current. Say the current value of the current is 1. Let's say current. Or you can generate the number and display whatever. So that depends, right? So here let's add say current here. The next we can generate. How to generate? We can say set temp. Temp is basically, you can say the current plus previous. From the addition, you can generate the temp. Temp is by adding the previous two Fibonacci numbers. So previous two Fibonacci numbers, that is basically the current and the previous. Okay, then you can show that as well. Say the temp 2. That is our next Fibonacci number. And before adding the next, what we need to do is we need to set. Now the current is. Now the current is basically. Yeah. You can say current is temp. And previous is, previous is the current. Previous will become the current and current will become the temp. And this is happening forever now. So 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 34. It's happening forever. 89, 144, 233, 377, 610. Okay, I guess these numbers are okay. And you can add them to a list if you want. So just add another variable, make a list. In this list, I'm going to store these Fibonacci numbers, because otherwise, like once displayed, it is missing. It will not be there. No, so this list you can add this instead of just displaying. You can say from this variable add here actually the current to the Fibonacci, and here add this temp to the Fibonacci series. Then actually what will happen? It will add this Fibonacci list. And populate these values. Actually, before you this, you need to display both Fibonacci's. They are from display current and previous both, right? because one need to be displayed 2 times. So current here, APO current again also we can show the current, but recommended current and the previous you can show because then one will be displayed 2 times. Actually, you need to clear the list. One, and after that 2. Now it's 2, 3, 5. You can limit this, right? I have used forever, but you can limit this to 10, first 10 or 20, right? You can always limit. So let's, because forever will show all the Fibonacci numbers, but I just need a few. So let's say I need first 10 Fibonacci numbers. I can limit it to 10. Here too, altogether 12 will be displayed. First 2 is anyway displayed, and after that 10 more Fibonacci numbers will be displayed. You can see it here. Please do this now. So this is the block-based programming. Keep the screen.
Yeah.
Keep the screen. The block-based programming is basically applicable in many cases now. This is popular in order to train or in order to learn or in order to do small animations, small demonstrations, visualizations, and simulations. This can be used. It's true. But more serious programming stuff we need to learn in order to, if you want to improve yourself, you need to learn more serious programming languages. So one is Python. So one important thing is Python because, so please open another new tab, new tab in your browser and just type Python, programming language ranking, programming language ranking. Ranking. And you will see that, okay, in the images section, or maybe if you move to the, yes, then you can see here, Python has a significant market. So mostly it is in 1 or 2 in these rank indexes. Mostly it holds the position 1 or position 2. The reason is basically for most of the stuff, including AI, artificial intelligence, and natural language processing, for most of the stuff, it uses Python, right? And it's beginner's language. Yes, it's easy to learn. It's true, but the thing is, it can be used for more advanced tasks such as AI, robotics, and research work. So that is why Python is that much popular, and it can be versatile. It can be used in a versatile way in web environment, mobile environment, in embedded systems like robotics, even in the chips like Raspberry Pi and computers, desktops, and even in servers. So it's versatile, it's used many places, it's free and open source, and it is a portable and secure coding and fast way of coding. Therefore, what we are going to do next is we are going to update ourselves with the Python knowledge. In order to do that, we need to download Python IDLE because for the practicing purpose. Let's try to download that by searching in Google Python IDLE. Python IDLE. IDLE means Integrated Development Environment. Integrated Development Environment, and you can just move to that and download Python. Yes, download Python link, and you can download Python 3.11.3. That is the current stable version which is available. And it's very small program. You can just open once you download and install it very quickly. So why IDLE? Python can be executed online. Python can be executed in servers or in client, in mobile even. But having IDLE will help you do the programming in more sophisticated way. So it will give you the code suggestions, it will give you the code hints, code coloring, automatic code generation, debugging features. So
You want me to stop share screen?
yeah.
Uh.
Okay, it can be used for many things. Okay, I hope that you have installed it by
Yeah, it's installing right now.
It's ongoing, right? Okay, once installed, you can open IDLE. Don't open Python, just open IDLE. Because sometimes some students they think, okay, after installing, we need to open Python. They search for Python, but the thing is, they can find Python. That is command line launcher, but not that. You need to get the IDLE running in your screen. Through that, you can search IDLE. This is cross-platform, therefore I have installed in Mac as well. Okay, then you will get this, right? It's text-based, maybe a little boring than the previous Scratch stuff that we have learned because Scratch is basically more graphics, but here less graphics, but functionally it will be advanced. Okay, confirm whether you got this IDLE interface after installation. Confirm whether you got the IDLE interface. Once you get this interface confirmed, then we can start coding.
So it says setup was successful. New to Python, start with the online tutorial and documentation. Type your terminal, type py to like Python.
Show it. Oh, close it. Close it. After closing, you can open the IDLE. Close button, then open the IDLE.
Close it.
Can you close it? Yeah, can you close it and open the IDLE and share the screen?
The IG.
Open the IDLE and share the screen.
Let me open it again.
These are optional features, documentation features, and all these things. You can just click next, and you can close this because once you have already installed this, you can close, cancel it. Just
Yeah,
open the
but
IDLE because you have, I think, double clicked it again. And open. Can you open the IDLE?
yeah, this is what it is. There's
No.
nothing
Just
else
show
to
me the
open.
screen, full screen. Show me the full screen. Show me the full screen. I think you have searched for the IDLE. Share the full screen, please.
Let me open up my. I pressed this and then it got downloaded. And then this is all it's giving me.
What I want is, I want you to share the full screen, desktop. Not this, not the browser window, the full desktop. So there is an
What do you
option
mean?
when you go to the share, there is an option called desktop. You're sharing a window. When you're sharing a window, I cannot help. I cannot help means like, so I will not be able to see the.
So show all windows?
Yeah, all the windows. You can select the first option when you go to the share. The very first option is desktop. I think you can use that. Okay, great. Now go to Windows. Here, type here to see search. You can see something. Type here to search in the below box. There you can type IDLE. IDLE. Now this is what you need to open. Okay, right. Okay, this is the IDLE that I said. Understood?
Okay.
All right. Okay, that is the one that you're going to use for the coding, right? Okay.
All right.
Other things you have to close. Other things because the others are set up and all these things that is not needed, right? Because otherwise you will be repeatedly opening the setup. What we need is not the setup. We need the IDLE. Okay, let's to check the functionality. You can check small operation. Let's say 2 plus 5, something like that. 2 plus 5, 5 plus enter. 2 plus 5 plus enter.
Seven.
Yeah, it's happening, right? Okay, now let's learn the syntax related to the IDLE. In order to get an input in Python, right? How to get an input in Python? To get an input, we can use input. Very simple. And okay, so maybe we can assign that input to a variable, right? I will teach you these things now very quickly. So anyway, Python has operations, as you saw. Addition is operation, then subtraction is operation, and division is operation. Then you have multiplication, that is asterisk. It is also operation, and power, 2 to the power 5 can be given like this with the double asterisk, that is also operation. 2 to the power 5, that is also operation. So addition, subtraction, division, multiplication, power, and there is another one. This is called floor division. Normal division will divide and give you the remainder, no? But this floor division will divide and will not give you the remainder. That will give the whole figure, the integer division. Whole figure means integer value only, not 1.25, it's only 1. 7 divided by 2, it's only 3. It's not 3 point something, it is only 3. But normal 7 divided by 3 is 2.3333 something. Okay, likewise, division has 2 versions. The first version of division is normal division. The second version is integer division. It only gives the integer figure of. And same time, you can get the remainder, that is percentage. Okay, practice up to here and understand. And remainder can be done in using percentage mark. What it does? What it does? It will tell you the remaining figure. 7 divided by 3. 7 divided by 3, what is the value? It is 2.33. No? But 7 floor divided by 3, it is 2. No? Then 7 modulus 3 is 1. 1 means what is remaining? 2 remaining 1. 7 divided by 2, 3 is 2. Then 2 into 3 is 6. No? That means the remaining will be 1. It will give the remaining value. Okay, tell me the value of this 8 modulus 4. What should be the value? 8 modulus 4.
0.
0, because nothing remaining. 4 modulus 8. Can you divide 4 by 8? Can you divide 4 by 8?
No.
No. So all 4 will be remaining. So when you try to divide like this, 4 will be remaining because you can't divide. So remaining will be 4. Then 9 modulus 4.
1.
1 will be remaining. Okay. So this is how the basic operations work in Python. So easy, right? It's not difficult. It's easy. Easy, fast. And you can assign them to variables too. You can say x equal some number, y equal some other number. Likewise, you can assign them to variables. Now you can say x plus y. This is possible. X plus 4, x multiplied by 3, everything is possible. Even adding multiple operations is possible. You can say 2 plus 3 multiplied by 2. What will be the answer? 2 plus 3 multiplied by 2. Don't type it without
10.
10. So why is that? Which will happen
Because
first? Multiplication
2 plus 3
addition.
equals 5, and then multiplied by 10. Multiplied
Yes,
by 2
the
equals
first will be multiplication. You know the theory, right? In mathematics, multiplication
yeah,
happens first. What was? Multiplication happened first. Due to that reason, 3 into 2 will happen first. That is here, 3 into 2 will happen first. 3 into 2 is 6. 3 into 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8. It's not addition, right? It's not 2 plus 3. If you want to make 2 plus 3 first, then you have to bracket it. Then it is 2 plus 3. It is 10. 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 into 2 is 10. Understand the difference?
Yeah.
If brackets are not there, multiplication will happen first. If brackets are there, then the brackets will be given the priority. Okay, so that is Botman's theory. You know the brackets, then the multiplication, division, and then only the addition and subtraction comes. Okay, so how we can get an input in Python? We can assign this input to a variable. Let's say n1 is input. You can give a message in a quotation saying enter number 1. Okay, that will give you a prompt. Prompt means a message saying enter number 1, and you can type any number there and press enter. That will be assigned to n1. If I try to print n1, you can see the number there. Right here, this is n1. So let's take another input, n2. N2 is another input. Input enter number 2. Oh, number, my mistake. It doesn't matter, it's showing the message in the wrong way. That's all the problem. N2, enter number 2. Let's enter another number, and you can see this is. Now, if I say N1 plus N2, it's calculating. But the thing is, the calculation is wrong, right? Because N1 is 4,958. N2 is 43. When you add these numbers together, you know the figure should be something around like 5,000, right? Because if you add these numbers, 4,958 plus 43 is equal to 5,001. But the given answer is this. Can you justify? Can you tell me why? Any idea?
No.
Can you see 4958 in the beginning? Here,
Yeah.
4958. The next part, 43. Can you see at the end?
Yeah.
Actually, the addition that it has done is called concatenation. Concatenation means just joining together. Just joining together. Addition that it has done is concatenation, just joining together. I hope you understood. This is not mathematical addition. Why? Because these are just text. It thinks this as a text. It's like first name and last name. Something like that. Okay, let's try that for the names. Let's say first name, enter name, enter first name, and the last name, and the last name, LN, enter last name. Okay, then okay, then if I say FN plus LN, this will produce me the relevant answer, the full name. And if you need the space in the middle, you can say FN plus space, quotation, space, quotation, plus LN. Then it's Dasun Nilanjana. FN space LN. So that addition is okay. That is for the string. But this addition is not okay. This is for the numbers. Therefore, you need to do one more thing when adding numbers. Let me show that you have to input that number as integer, int. That we didn't learn in Scratch, because Scratch was already doing it automatically. But here you need to convert that to the specific data type, integer, which is a number, right? Okay, now let's type the same number, 4,958. Let's try for the N2. N2 is also integer. I have done a little faster. I hope you understood. 43. Now if I try to add N plus N1 plus N2, it produces 5001, which is the expected answer of arithmetic.
All right.
Okay. Can you try these things? Take a screenshot.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's take a screenshot. Try this in Python. Next day, I will show you how can we write applications or programs in Python. This is just to test. These are not programs or applications. This is just to test the terminal and how the syntax works, how to get an input. To show output, actually, we are using the print statement. That is the actual way of showing output. Print. To get input, to show, print. Those are the commands. Okay, then I'll stop from here. Next day, I'll be doing the programming part, right?
Okay.
Okay.